Coming up today on Golden State Warriors Today, we'll take a look at some Warriors big man trade targets. Could the Dubs pull off a trade with the New York Knicks? And is a three-team trade on the horizon? We're covering all of this here on today's show. Sit back, enjoy, and rock with us. Let's get it, Dub Nation. You're watching Warriors Today by Chat Sports. Chase Senior here with you. Hope the early going of your week is off to an awesome start. And we begin with this. Could the Warriors trade for a big? Obviously, James Wiseman's development has been curtailed a little bit because of his lack of playing time and him not living up to expectations. And right now, when you kind of look at this Warriors roster, the big question, yes, Kevon Looney is good. He's more of an A-plus backup big and the ultimate glue guy. But could the Warriors make a trade to really bolster that front court? Bleacher Report listing 3 big guys that the Warriors could be intrigued by and maybe trade for. Now, Steve Kerr was asked about his front court situation and did say this: I'm concerned about Draymond and Kevon Looney right now. They've been playing such heavy minutes with the number of bigs who have been out over the last couple of weeks, and that's been true. Draymond, Kevon Looney, they've played a lot. And because of that, the Warriors need another big on this roster. Is James Wiseman ever going to come around? The answer to that, maybe not. And because of that, maybe the Warriors could canvass the market for another center, forward type as we approach February 9th's NBA trade deadline. Monty Poole does a great job of covering the Dubs for NBC Sports Bay Area. Here he is with some intel here with the deadline less than a month away. With the NBA trade deadline precisely 30 days away, he said the other day, the Warriors are active in the market, according to league sources. Though nothing is said to be imminent, the front office is more concerned with getting Steph Curry and Andrew Wiggins back to speed. There is a desire to add size as well as shooting. And a couple of those Warriors bigs who the Dubs, in terms of targets, could look at. Some intriguing names here. We've talked a little bit about Jakob Poeltl from time to time. Mike Muscala, a guy who's been in the league for a long time after playing at the basketball powerhouse of Bucknell. He can spread the floor, knock down some threes. Kelly Olynyk, pretty solid player with a lot of high-level playoff experience. And why these guys are very realistic for Golden State, it comes down to the fiscal nature of their contracts. None of these players who we're talking about here would cost that much money for a Warriors team that has entered historic levels of the luxury tax threshold and are paying multiple guys multiple max contracts. And with all of their production, you look at what they're all able to do, all of them offer something similar. Good role players. Outside of Poeltl, Muscala and Olynyk can certainly spread the floor, knock down some threes. Poeltl, no three-pointers so far this year, but for Olynyk, 41%. For Mike Muscala, nearly 38%. Poeltl, as I said, just not a three-point shooter, but he can at least put the biscuit in the basket, 64% from the deck on 12 points per game. Muscala on a very loaded and intriguing Thunder team, not seeing a lot of action, but Olynyk for the Utah Jazz, 12, 50% from the deck, and very good numbers from three. You put him in this offense, that's why I think that Olynyk, the best option for Golden State. What do you think? If the Jazz sell, I'm typing my KO for picking a trade target for the Dubs. I'm going Olynyk all the way. How about you? Poeltl, Muscala, let me know. Follow the steps right here down in the comment section. And make sure you subscribe to the channel. We are 406 people away from 47,000 subscribers right here on Warriors Today. Let's get to that milestone. We continue to ratchet up our coverage here on the show with multiple videos per week year-round on the Dubs. Lock us in and subscribe. Now we go to another trade target who is receiving some buzz, not just from the Warriors, but from several teams across the NBA. It is Cam Reddish, who was traded already by the Hawks to the Knicks last year. And now for Cam Reddish, could be on the move once again because he has fallen out of favor in New York under head coach Tom Thibodeau. A Sports Illustrated reporter suggested that the Warriors pull off a trade for Cam Reddish because they do a great job of maximizing the skill set and the talent level of guys who sometimes under-exceed expectations. Michael Scotto with this. The Knicks are seeking 2 second-round picks for Cam Reddish. More on Reddish, Emmanuel Quickley, Tim Hardaway Jr., and Alec Burks, plus why the Lakers and Raptors may make a trade. That was a part of his article there. But the interesting element to it, it's Cam Reddish. And inside that article, he talked about Cam Reddish maybe being traded to the Warriors. And if it takes 2 second-round picks to surrender, at the end of the day, that's not a bad cost to pay for a player who's still young, who still has upside, who is a good athlete, but again has been a little bit of a disappointment up to this point in his NBA career. That trade idea, how about this? Knicks received 2 second-round picks in 2026 as well as one in 2027. Warriors received Cam Reddish, another player developmental piece here for the Warriors. And he might not help you right away, which is why some people might be scared by it, but down the road, maybe Cam Reddish could help this basketball organization a little bit and turn into the player that a lot of people have seen flashes of, including yours truly. A lot more left to get to here on today's show, but first, Warriors Today is presented by Rocket Money. Cancel your unnecessary subscriptions and start saving money today by heading to rocketmoney.com/NBA now. This is an app that I love using because it shows you all of your subscriptions in one place and then cancels for you whatever you don't still want. There was a situation I ran into a couple of weeks ago in which I was subscribed to Apple TV without even knowing, because back in the summer, all I wanted to watch was The Final Days of Ptolemy Gray with Samuel L. Jackson. Great show, by the way, for all of you show fans out there. And then I realized, oh, shoot, I got that free subscription at that one point. I need to cancel it now. And it was such a hassle. Now it's no longer a hassle because I can simply hit that cancel button thanks to our friends at Rocket Money. So get rid of those useless subscriptions with Rocket Money today. View all of your subscriptions on one screen. Stay on top of upcoming bills. And they cancel for you what you don't still want. It's rocketmoney.com/NBA now. With Cam Reddish, 20 games played this year. So he's been a DNP a couple of times here by Thibodeau. But when he does actually get on the floor, he does have some flashes, he does have some ability and intriguing athleticism, a little bit of a handle, some bounce to him, and occasionally can knock down some three-pointers. When he does play in 20 games played this year, 22 minutes per game, about 8.5 points per game. Field goal percentage, just okay at 45%. Three-point percentage, not good. He's been DNP'd 21 times so far this year. So for Reddish, it's more about taking a chance and taking a swing on a person who has potential. Like, imagine you're running a business, right? And you see this candidate who's a little bit flawed, but he comes into work 3 times a week and you see him doing some extraordinary things. You're like, okay, maybe not a 5-day-a-week type of employee, but those 3 good days are pretty damn good. Let's take a chance on him, elevate him a little bit, and hope that we can maximize and tap into that fullest potential. Cam Reddish is the basketball prototype of that. So, would you do the trade? 2 second-round picks for Reddish. Why for yes, N for no? We are fielding your responses and your thoughts on this subject matter in the comment section right now. Coming up now, a 3-team trade. Could it happen with the Warriors? Again, the deadline coming up on February 9th, and here at Chat Sports, not just on Warriors Today, we're really your go-to spot for all of the latest NBA trade buzz. And here is that 3-team trade idea that would bolster the depth for the Warriors, not give you a star, but give you 2 rotational pieces who could certainly help this basketball team in a variety of ways. Chris Boucher bolsters your front court, long, athletic, has a little bit of bounce. Peyton Pritchard is a backup point guard who could handle some ball handling duties when Steph Curry is out of the lineup, also play a little bit off ball. The Celtics would receive JaMychal Green and draft picks. Raptors receive a pretty nice package. James Wiseman, Moses Moody, 2 former first-round picks for 2 rotational guys. Again, this would be a move, as we continue to talk about here on the show, that would help the Warriors right now and help maximize your chances of potentially winning a championship. And you're basically giving up on the future assets that are Wiseman and Moody because they can't help you right now. But Boucher and Peyton Pritchard can. And for Pritchard, numbers down after that trade for the Celtics of Malcolm Brogdon, only getting about 11 minutes per game, but throughout that playoff run last year, I thought he did some nice things for the Boston Celtics. And because the minutes are down, the production is down all across the board. And then for Boucher, a big who can at least shoot the rock just a little bit. I mean, 30% for a center, it's okay because he can at least spread the floor a little bit and not occupy a couple of bodies down low for a guy who can't shoot, like an Andre Drummond type. 47% from the floor, that's okay. 9.5 points and 5.5 rebounds in just under 21 minutes of tick. So with that, Trade deadline around the corner. Name a player that you want the Warriors to trade for. Let us know down in the comment section. As you venture down there, make sure you subscribe to the show. Things are really going to start picking up on the Warriors front, and you know who has you covered? Me, your boy here, and us here at Chat Sports right now on Warriors Today. 50,000 subs is right around the corner. Let's get it popping.